So, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for our CHEO charity stream podcast. I'm here today with Owen, our game head of Call of Duty. I didn't know if I wanted to say COD or Call of Duty, but anyways, I am your vice president of social media for U Ottawa Esports. Holy shit, why is that a mouthful? And I'm joined today by our new executives, Monty, who is VP External, and our lovely game head of Valorant, Elizabeth. So thank you for all the viewers who are here today, and thank you for tuning in for our charity stream. So Owen, introduce yourself.
Yeah, so you got it pretty much nailed down. I'm the Call of Duty game exec, and I was also with last year, so I guess I'm one of the older guys here now. And I'm happy to be on the podcast for the stream, man. It's gonna be a good time.
Monty, introduce yourself.
Pretty much nailed down. I'm the vice president of external. It's my first year being in the club, and I'm looking forward to the year to come and the releases to come and everything we do. And yeah, that's it. Hope everyone enjoys the stream.
Elizabeth, introduce yourself.
Hello. My name's Elizabeth, but as I was introduced, Liz is just as good. This is my first year as Valorant game head, though I started off last year as a manager for one of our Valorant teams. So it's definitely made it an easier transition, and I'm already having a great time and hope everybody enjoys our streams and what we have to talk about.
And in case you guys didn't know, I managed the League of Legends grade team last year, and I plan on doing it for next semester as well. And I just manage social media for our group. So let's get started, shall we? How did we all get into video games?
Yes, the infamous question.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Does
I
anyone
guess
want to start us off?
That's probably a pretty good place to start for an
Yeah,
esports
we're
club,
video.
eh?
Video game.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think older game heads should go first.
Wow.
yeah, start it off.
Okay.
Wow.
Our eldest game head.
I'm 2003, so I think Owen's older.
Shit, I forgot. Wait.
Whatever. All right, I'll go first, everybody.
Yay.
Honestly, I had a pretty slow start to video games. I got my first Xbox 360 at like 12 or something, 13, so 2013. It was a little later than I feel like most people. Everybody had Game Boys and Nintendos growing up. We were talking about this the other day.
When did Game Boys come out? I feel like that's really old.
Okay, Nintendo DS, whatever the more
I had a
relevant
Game
was.
Boy. What do you mean?
Lucy
Yeah,
looks
right?
so offended. I've never
I am
seen one
offended.
in my
We're
I've
already
never
starting
seen
off
one.
offended.
I've
Oh
never
my
seen
gosh.
one in person in my life.
I still have mine. It's like right over there.
Okay.
Can we just bust that out? Can we?
Yeah, I have no
can
idea
we-
what
can
it
we
looks
get
like. I'll be
Oh,
honest.
God.
It's just like a DS, but more square.
More square?
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so I got my Xbox. I think like some of the first games I started playing was like Call of Duty. And then I moved to PC, you know, as one does naturally, and started playing all those games like Counter-Strike. I tried League of Legends.
Did you like it?
It was interesting. I wasn't very good.
That's okay.
Okay,
I
no
feel
He's
like
a true
almost
FPS
everyone.
gamer.
Who was the one that shoots the big rocket?
Jinx.
Thanks.
Yeah, she was my first mate.
Sorry. I feel like
Don't
just an FYI for everybody who's watching this. I have planes flying over my house, so sometimes I will just be quiet so that you don't listen to that. Yeah, so anyway, I moved to PC and then, went to college, kept playing. Came to the esports club because it was a great group of guys and girls and had a blast last year. So I stuck around. Looking forward to this year.
Sounds good.
Nice.
So, I think, wait, who's older? I think Monty's older. Monty, you go.
Ouch.
But we were doing
I'm the
older
older
execs.
stream. That's
Doing
so
the
bad.
older
But
execs.
Nice
like,
try.
but like, we're
Nice
all
try.
execs here, and like, I'm like 03.
Jessica,
so-
you're older in years in the club, so
In
go ahead.
experience, you're older and
Yeah,
experienced.
the
Club seniority should go first.
Mhm,
That's
mhm.
Okay.
all the super newest.
So my brother was a gamer, and when I was 6 years old, this like he wouldn't let me play League of Legends, right? Like he refused to let me touch it. But then his friend, her name was like Helen, she let me play Ash, and I thought that she was so cool. So in the back of my brain, I had League of Legends, right? But as I grew up, I played the Wii, and then I played like a bunch of like browser games, so like Y8 games and stuff like that. I played like Club Penguin and stuff. So then
my
moving
God.
on, when I got an actual computer, okay, so I had a computer that my parents like gave me as a hand-me-down, and then I installed League of Legends, and then as I launched it, it like killed my computer. Like I couldn't turn it on anymore. And so like I just pretended that I didn't touch it at all, and they just gave me like a shitty computer. So I'm pretty sure they did give me a shitty computer because like League of Legends can run on anything. Okay.
Hold on,
So
I gotta ask really quick. League of Legends killed your computer and you still play it?
well, like I
That
just
wasn't
thought
enough of a sign.
no. The thing is that I could like that computer. I couldn't even go on like YouTube or anything. You know.
What
So like
brand was it?
I
Holy
don't know.
shit.
It was really effing old. So like I just like let it die in peace.
Wish.com
So
computer.
when I actually
R.I.P.
got a somewhat decent computer, I installed League of Legends. I got to level 30. I didn't want to play anymore because I thought the game was stupid. And then I gave it
Get your
one
placement.
last I gave it one last shot, and like for any older League of Legends players, there was this old map called Dominion, and you would play hide and seek on Dominion because it was the perfect hide and seek map. There was so many bushes, speed boosts, and health boosts, and then there was like one spot of the map that no one can get to unless you TP there. So that shit was so much fun to play, and I made a lot of friends through hide and seek. And then I made friends, and then I realized that wow, playing video games with friends is pretty fun. And then I played League solo for like the longest time because that's all my computer could like take, because like I had like I got to diamond, and like I had around 10 FPS like average. I have a screenshot where I have like 0 FPS of from League of Legends during my game. Like it was insane. But honestly, when I got a better computer, I still played the same. So I don't think the frames were really that big of a problem. But anyways, after I got a better computer, I started playing better games, and I still play League, but I prefer Valorant. So yeah.
Better game, better Riot
Better
game.
game. You have come a long way.
I think something common we all do is that whenever we start a game and we're bad at it, we'll blame the FPS. Okay, no,
It's
that
always
Yeah,
the
yeah,
FPS.
yeah.
It is
I always
always
blamed
the
it.
FPS.
FPS when I cannot try, when I can do it so
Oh, your
bad.
ping
right?
spiked.
I'm like,
My
yeah,
ping's
I'm lagging.
spiking.
I'm lagging.
I'm
It was
lagging.
like-
I'm lagging, guys. I'm lagging. But yeah.
Right.
Who should go next? Elizabeth or Monty?
That's a
Good
good
listener.
question.
Who's
Okay.
older?
Yeah, now we have to go
I-
by age.
I'm 02.
I'm a 01, so I'm older.
Are either of you
But
lying?
I
What,
would
you want
put my
them to
birth
show
certificate
their
with
like
my-
driver's license?
No. I was just saying if
No,
you really
no,
wanted to
no.
go last. I could have
I
said I
mean,
was like
I'm-
an 06 baby or something.
All right, Monty, start us off.
Right. Well, I started playing games when I was a little girl. My mom had this little Game Boy that she had, and like I played there the infamous Stitch game and Princess game. So that started my way to Nintendo. And then whenever a new Nintendo was out, I remember I was asked for it in my birthday, so I had like every single Nintendo that ever came out. And just my favorite games that were Mario Kart. Mario Kart I would play for hours on it. I even brought it to school sometimes. And like with a little group of friends, we would play online Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. And everything. So it was very fun. And then I actually started very late playing video games on like PC because I never really knew about them as much. It was until my first year of university. So I'm really late into the game, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I am sorry if I'm offending you. But the group of friends I'm with, so they introduced me first to Valorant, and we when the beta was out and everything, we all like put our computers to the stream of the people that were streaming so you can get the beta key. And gradually we all got the beta key, and I was thankfully one of the beta players as well. So we all started playing. And it was fun because it was my first FPS game ever. And it was my first PC game ever. And then my computer would crash at least every 5th game. So I would always blame everything on like FPS and my computer crashing. And then afterwards, I was introduced to League of Legends. And the first main that I tried out was Lux. That didn't work out at all. And then it went to Morgana, Seraphine, and that stuff because I realized anything else that is not a support position, I cannot play. I cannot make decisions for the team. So yeah, that was fun. And then after the computer all brand new, so I started to do better now, but it's still like learning new games and everything. So it's very fun. But I still think if I had to choose between League and Valorant, I would choose League. I'm sorry, Liz.
It's okay. Honestly,
I'm just better at it than Valorant. I'm so bad at Valorant, but I still play it.
Okay, I'll accept that. Valorant's more fun though.
I do agree. I think Valorant is more fun.
Yeah. I guess I'm last. So I've been playing video games pretty much my whole life. I always say it was my brother who got me into video games, but like both my older siblings and I always played video games. I grew up on Nintendo, like solely Nintendo. We had a shared GameCube and Wii, but then my siblings and I, we all had like DSs. Running you through all the Nintendo consoles I still have my GameCube, I still have a Wii, I have a Game Boy DS, DSi, 3DS, and my Switch Lite. I'm saving up to get a full Switch. Nintendo's still like my favorite thing in the world. That's just what I started on, and it's where all my favorite games are. Yes, Jess.
What's the difference between the Switch Lite and the normal Switch? Is it just like storage space?
A Switch Lite you can't. Well, it's partly that, but a Switch Lite you can't dock, aka you can't like connect it to a TV.
Oh.
Because a regular Switch, you know how the side controllers can pop off. Mm-hmm. And then it like the whole point of the Switch was it's a handheld console, but it's also like a regular console that you can hook up to a TV. Yeah. A Switch Lite is just a handheld console.
Oh.
Can the sides not come off either?
No, sides can't come off. It's all just it's a little bit smaller than a regular Switch, and yeah, it's just a complete handheld device. It kind of is like the Wii U controller.
Yeah.
But like smaller.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, I got that for money reasons. Actually, jokes, my brother got it for me for Christmas. And yeah, so Nintendo was just everything to me, especially because it's really what bonded me and my siblings a lot growing up. I had these things because both my siblings are a lot older than I. So whatever, people can call Game Boys old. I don't care. I had one. But yeah, and then cool. They were cool. They are still cool.
Absolutely.
I still play like my old like Barbie spy game on it. I still play it. But yeah, as I got older, my brother got into PC gaming. I never really had like the money for a PC, but clearly my brother did. He got into like League. And actually, my brother got so into League, I'm pretty sure he was like top 100 in NA at one point.
It's very cool.
Yeah, but he, like Jess, is the reason I've never played League, because I've asked him many times if I should try, and he says if you care for your mental health, don't.
Why is
So-
that such a theme? Like anybody who plays it seriously is always like, don't play it. Like, it's
It's
Yeah.
because it's very addicting to play as a game, but also because it's a team sport, unlike Valorant, it's more of a team. Like if one person does really bad, everything the game goes all bad
Yeah.
in less than 5 seconds.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if you are trying to rank up for your levels, it's much more harder than Valorant, I find.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
you just hate yourself for like the rest of the game and want to leave. And
You
yeah,
just slowly become spiteful and you just hate life, you know?
very
game-
toxic
Well,
sometimes.
Mhm.
Games are like
Glad
a
I
half hour,
still-
right?
Yeah, I think so.
It can be more.
Oh my god.
They
Sorry,
can,
Liz,
they
as
can
you were
vary
saying.
from
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm just
Yeah.
like traumatized. I'm like, this is why I've never touched that game and never plan to touch that game. I play the other Riot game. So yeah, but it was that when my brother got his new PC, he handed me down his old one, and that's how I primarily got into PC gaming. I started off with still very like cozy games, like The Sims and Minecraft, and those were the kind of games I played. I had only ever played one FPS game before in my life, and that was, funny enough, COD on the Wii.
On the
They
Wii.
had it on the Wii?
Yeah, they had it
on
on
the
the
Wii?
Wii.
What, you
It's-
did you like shake your controller to like reload?
Well, you needed like the nunchuck to like move.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's how you aimed. It wasn't good.
Like with the Wii, like
Yep.
how would you
Sounds
move?
like so much fun.
And shoot
It
at
It
the
was
same
nunchuck.
time?
chaos.
Nunchuck.
And I was like 8. So you can only imagine how good I was at that game. But yeah, and then it was a couple years after I had my PC. I only started playing Valorant about a year and a half ago. I didn't play beta, so y'all have that on me. But yeah, I started playing it, thought it was fun, and then slowly became addicted. And now it's my life. Literally, because I do it for a job that I'm not paid for. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got here. Yeah, that's my life story.
So it sounds like the game we all have in common is Valorant at this point.
I feel like
Yeah.
everybody plays Valorant.
Except for this.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're lame.
It's
Sorry.
like such an
Yeah.
easy one to pick up. Like,
It is. It really is.
yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun.
Counter-Strike's better, but whatever.
Battle Strike.
Okay.
What is Battle Strike? I have no
Counter
idea.
Strike.
Battle
Counter
Strike.
Oh, I heard Battle Strike and I was like, what the fuck is that? I've never heard of that in my life.
It's just like Valorant, but kind of
Ye-
dumbed down.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I misheard. I was like, battleships, battle strike. What?
Battleship.
I love Battleship. That's a good
That
game.
is a good one.
I do want to get it on Steam.
They have.
I'm
I don't
sure they have it. Like
They
some
must.
No, they do. A
electronic
lot of
version.
streamers play on.
Oh
it.
yeah, I think I've seen
Yeah.
that. Mhm.
Honestly, I think it looks kind of ass, like the game that they have on Steam. That's why I
Wait,
didn't get it.
have you like played the game itself though? Like not the Steam one, but
Like
have
the
you played
solid,
Battleship
like the
before?
actual physical version.
I don't think I have actually.
Wait, you said you're 2003, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, like I know the concept, you know?
Mm.
yeah.
Like my parents as
Nothing
like
will beat the like physical versions of it though. You know, like the like plastic unfoldable
Yeah,
things, and you
yeah.
put the pegs on it. Nothing will beat that.
yeah,
That's
no,
so
I
good.
didn't have it because like my mom and my parents they thought like video games would like corrupt me or something. I don't know. So that's why
Is
they
it, like,
never
board games.
No, I didn't have any board games. I had like cards and that was
Oh.
it. And like
Okay,
a
there's some good
computer.
card games though.
Yeah, I was gonna
there
say
are.
they're like no
Yeah.
Battleship, but they're okay with poker. Like,
Yeah. No, I
You
played
can
so
gamble,
much,
but you can't like,
President
you know.
or Big Two.
Oh,
Board games
President's
have-
such a good game.
I love President.
Yeah,
so
But you need
much.
like
Oh.
you need at least like 5 people for it to
Yeah.
be like fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was only 4 you could play with.
No, you can have as many people as you want.
Yeah.
It just is more like middle people.
I played so
Oh
much.
yeah. I remember it now. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think Monopoly is the best.
Monopoly
So,
starts wars.
That's the best part of it.
on to the next
You can see
topic.
because you're true friends.
Oh, sorry.
Next
Yeah.
topic.
Next
No,
topic.
it's
Let's go to
Transition.
collegiate esports, the collegiate part of our competitive Iwado esports? What are we? Like how is
Sorry,
COD
Owen, your
doing?
game's kind of dead.
It's dead on PC, okay? You know
Right.
what? If you want me to
It's
take up this
not
whole
dead on
hour
the
talking
Wii.
about it, I will yeah, let's go back to Wii.
Let's go back to Wii.
That was the real good stuff.
Wait, sorry, is there like a collegiate COD team question mark?
There is.
Why
That's
don't we
what I
have
said.
one?
Yeah,
Do
we
we
do.
have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do.
It's like,
It's no, it's okay. It's just like there were a lot of really good teams last year, so it was tough. But and the game is also kind of trash last year. That's the tough thing. They change games every year, so you just have to always adapt.
Oh,
Mm,
interesting.
So that also kind of kills any competitive aspect because just every year it's something new.
So
I'm gonna
Liz,
turn my camera, my light on. It's like,
oh, okay, take your time. Yo, Liz,
Yes.
are you thinking of managing the Valorant teams?
So not me alone. We're at least
Yeah,
guaranteed 3, if not 4 teams.
that's good.
I like to consider myself, like manager of the managers.
Manager of the
my job.
managers.
So we have some managers lined up for a lot of our teams already, people who've either volunteered, members of our teams last year.
Mhm.
Now, I do plan to actually, unless somebody steps forward and is interested, I do plan to manage our brand new red team, which is going to be our strictly women/non-binary team. I think it would get rid of the purpose if the manager was a man, no offense, of like
That's
the whole
fair.
aspect of it meant to be like a comfortable space for women and non-binary players. So that'll be me, but that's about it. I will leave the managing of the teams to other people I trust. So
So
sounds-
do you think we'll get a lot of like women playing Valorant this year?
it depends. I think there's like a large demographic of women who play Valorant.
Yeah, for sure.
I've definitely seen it grow even over the past year that I've played the game. I want to say it's rare for me to get into a game and there not be another woman in the queue with me. But I think what'll handicap us is the presence of women in our club alone. As well as the fact that obviously we're restricted to only students can play on our team. So we can
Right.
have a large demographic of women in our club that play Valorant, but if a lot of them aren't students at U Ottawa, then that shrinks the likelihood even more. I still think we have a fighting chance. I think once the semester starts, if we get more women into our club and into the server, and if we just push it enough, I think we have a good chance of getting enough women who want to play on the and / non-binary people who want to play on the team.
I think I'm very excited to like this year put the initiative to have the league and the baller and have red teams for women and non-binary.
Yeah,
because
for
I
sure.
have to find that maybe it's just me, but sometimes like having only male presence might make you feel like you don't know if you belong. So I think that little group will help them feel like where they belong in a community. And also, you never know, maybe the women's team will be the ones bringing all in the prizes. So
yeah, for sure.
Start.
Yeah, I think I really love the fact that we've gotten this started as well. I think it'll just make the likelihood of us having or being able to spotlight women and non-binary players, because there's definitely, I've seen from personal experience as well, that it can be very intimidating to try out for co-ed teams as a woman, seeing as I had considered trying out for one of our teams last year. But strictly the fear of not being good enough or not feeling welcome definitely scared me away from it. So if that had been an option last year, I definitely feel like that would have encouraged me more to start there, and then maybe the next year trying out for one of the co-ed teams.
That's
Is
fair.
is NECC or something, are they running leagues for that as well at the same time?
I don't think NECC has a strictly women's league. I know there are some collegiate ones out there, obviously less than out of the collegiate level. But I definitely think we can find some. Now there would be nothing stopping us from letting our women's team play in
For
some
sure.
of the regular leagues. Yeah, but like obviously a women's league would be a great place to start and obviously be a lot of fun. NECC, I don't even think we're playing in this year because they're
Deadlines?
like deadlines were
Yeah, got you.
middle of August. So
Oh.
we don't even have teams yet, and won't be able to have teams until beginning of September. So that was just something we couldn't make. But honestly, in my opinion, that's NECC's loss that we won't be playing for
That's
them.
fair. That's fair. You were a manager last year, right, Liz?
Mhm.
For the gold
Great team.
team.
Yes.
How was that?
It was a great experience. Honestly, it's definitely what I feel like made me a lot more confident in the club in general, as well as in Valorant. I got to know a lot of amazing people. The players were great. Honestly, were some of my first great friends. It also allowed me to, I feel like, be more organized in my role as game head now, seeing as I had to, set up scrims for them, plan out like league game dates that they could play. But overall, it was a great experience. I am so glad that I chose to do it, as it was just like the message had gone out saying that they were looking for a new manager for Gray, and I just happened to see it, and I was like, sure. And
Sounds
here
good.
we are.
Yeah, it worked out for the best.
I hope so.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
you are game
All
head
the
now,
faith.
so it's
Yeah,
good.
you are game head. That's really good. So when I first joined the club, I saw that they had like a VP social position, and then I did the interview, and then I didn't get it. So I was just like, well, I still want to do something with my university life, and the only thing I really like put a lot of like time and effort into is video games. Sorry, I just got like a notification on my computer.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We
so
won't mention it.
I won't mention it. But yeah, I didn't get the position, so I wanted to do something. So I signed up to be a league Gray team manager. And yeah, and then next semester, or near the end of the fall semester, I got VP social because the original one had to step out. So I took it, and then I did league team. But the thing is that with league team, to be honest, I think I didn't really know what I was supposed to do as a manager other than set up scrims, right? Because I thought that's all you did, right? But then my team gave me the expectations that I should like watch their games and like coach them. Like it's like, okay, well, if you're our manager, you should coach us too. And I was like, yeah, that
Those
sounds about right.
Those are two very different roles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so
that
interesting
sounds-
to me.
That sounds about right. Sure, I'll coach you guys. I during the last semester, I brought in my friend who's like a League of Legends nerd. And he gave them advice. I'd like to think I gave them like all right advice when it came to builds, positioning, yada yada yada, team comps. And I definitely gave them a lot of information on who they're going against. So like I gave them like screenshots of their team, like their opponents' like match histories against like other teams.
You did the research for them too?
Yeah, I did the research.
That's
Like
big.
going
That's
above
big.
and beyond.
Well, like I thought that was like what you're supposed to do.
It's
So-
if you're really committed to it, of course, I guess.
And like
but-
honestly, my team was really nice. Like my team was really
Mm.
good. So like I didn't mind, because like deep down I knew like, Jessica, you don't need to do this much work, man. You just need to act them. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it, because like, you know, they're really good. They're really nice. They're really passionate. And we ended up winning NECC nationals. Yeah. And I got some money out of that. So it wasn't unpaid,
Whoa.
guys.
Nice.
It was like
Ah.
1 cent an hour, but that's okay.
Yeah.
My team didn't do that.
Really proud of them. And I'd like to thank all my teammates and subs for playing throughout both semesters and during nationals. I know that was a really hard time for everyone, especially because it was during exams. So that definitely wasn't good. But if someone failed an exam, at least they had something good to think about, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
Just
true.
put it out there. We still think that academics should go first before
Yeah.
any games.
Everybody
But
Yes,
watching,
putting
please
this out
focus
there,
on school.
please
Focus on your
focus on
schoolwork.
school first.
Games
yeah,
come second.
yeah.
Don't listen to Jessica.
No, I told them. It was literally in my announcement. Like, dude, I said school comes first, and then you come to nationals.
Example of why you should focus on your academics first. The gray team has, I think, 2 players who can't play this coming year because they didn't focus on school and are on academic probation. And you can't play when you're on academic probation.
Oh,
so focus on school. Thank you.
I think our priority should be academics, games, and touching grass. I think we only need
What about sleep,
a bit of
social
sun
life?
at times.
No, what is
Touch-
that?
Touching grass
my
takes like
bad.
5 seconds. You
My
walk
bad,
outside.
my bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can do that really quick. All right, that should be up there. Up there for sure.
Yeah. No,
Right.
but I have a question for Monty, which is like no. It's just I want to know like what made you apply to be our VP of external.
Well, during last year, I saw a lot of what this club itself was doing with Yottawa Esports, and then me being a freshly joined to the Yottawa to like the esports world and having all that, I guess, all the hype and drive to playing Valorant and League and everything. I saw that I wanted to help the club more in terms of sponsors. I used to have previous experience in my old high school where I was one of the like kind of the student councils, right? And
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can see
You
that.
give,
Wow.
you give off that
Really?
energy. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I do love some good planning and charities and everything. I think it's good to bring people together and just like have fun for everyone. So during those times I helped a lot when it was with external sponsors, and it helped us a lot because most of our events at my old school were charities, and we raised quite a bit of money to help foundations like Make-A-Wish Foundation, the Ottawa Human Society Foundation, everything like that. So I thought I could possibly bring my experience to, the club, maybe have some sponsors. So I think over time and over the past year, and more because of COVID, the esports community has grown a lot. It has been a getaway for like many students, many people, older, younger, whatever generation you're from, as a mental health getaway, because you can be with friends, you can be with family. We have seen sometimes how, example, Minecraft has been used as a resource for teaching. I've seen some videos where they like did graduations through Minecraft, and I thought that was extremely funny and cute at the same time because you can't be with friends, but you can somehow share like that experience. And so that's why I joined, and also add another extracurricular to my very busy life.
Yeah.
No, I think
You
that's
guys should
great.
definitely add this like club to your resumes.
Yeah. Already done.
Already done?
I did it when I was only a manager. I was like, I don't take any experience ever. I'm like on the resume right now.
Yeah.
That's smart. But yeah, also because I wanted to bring more. I wanted to emphasize more women in the club. I know that esports is growing, and right now we can say that's a bit more male oriented, the sports world, but we have also seen how women are starting to grow. We have many new Valorant teams like Cloud9 teams that are women related, and they've been pretty good at setting good precedent for many little girls that are coming, and there's many women as well that are dreaming to be pros and everything, which maybe else we can't be, but maybe we can bring that dream to those little girls that are going to be watching our stream or watching any Valorant future games, like games and everything. So that's also a reason why I wanted to make a community where everyone was accepted without, no matter the race, ethnicity, the gender. So yeah.
Okay, ask your question, Owen.
It's gamer time. Oh,
What? What?
Should be a clip now. It's gamer time.
it's gamer time, everyone. Speaking of gamers, why? I was meaning to ask earlier. Why do you think it is that Valorant has such a higher female demographic than most games?
Yeah. So I don't know. I've thought about this question a lot because it's peculiar to me also, especially because a lot of people track it down to it being like a Riot game. But the thing is, I feel like there's a good demographic of League players who are women, but not almost to like the same extent.
Not the same, no.
Yeah.
And I think personally a big reason is because of how easy Valorant is to pick up. And like not to like obviously like your radiant right away levels, but it's not like the most complicated game in the world, as well as the different agent types. I feel like makes it a lot more versatile, where there's agents where if you're not so good at the aim, you can kind of sit back and play more util like Killjoy and like other sentinels, or if you know you're better at kind of being sneaky, you can play controllers kind of idea. Because I don't know, I always found other FPS games very intimidating because there's this like, I don't know, this like stigma, not necessarily stigma, but just this idea that a lot of people have, especially directed towards women, where you just have to be really good at the game right away or you suck at it. And if a woman sucks at a game, she just shouldn't play video games when women shouldn't play video games. And so I don't know, I just think since Valorant is an easy game to pick up, it's less intimidating for women to start playing it. And I think a more modern reason we see it growing so rapidly is because there's a larger women demographic now. It's other women are seeing that, and so are
It's just like
beginning to
exponentially
join.
growing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just growing and growing and growing. We got to a point where it was noticeable how big the women population was, and so other women can take notice of that very quickly and be like, "Oh, this is a place where I can feel welcome 70% of the time."
And yeah, it's never going to be perfect.
Mhm.
You mentioned like the agent types, so like something like Overwatch 2 was similar. I feel like I can't remember that well.
I feel like I can't speak on that as much. I've never played Overwatch.
Yeah.
I don't actually know
But-
the female demographic for that.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing.
I'd be more guessing than anything, but it was around when I was still in high school, and I remember a few of my like female friends were playing it. So that's just like,
yeah, no, I do think from what I've seen of it, like through social media and Twitch streamers, it has a decent, like, I definitely think it not necessarily paved the way, but I would definitely want to say starting within the starting point of women becoming more comfortable playing video games.
Yeah, it was
if
like a
that makes
spark
sense.
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. But I don't know if Monty or Jess, you want to give your 2 cents on why you think.
I would
You can
say,
go.
as a person that started first with Valorant, it felt like it was an easier game compared to, like, let's say Apex Legends or CSGO, just because the amount of things you have to learn right away as a first-time player, and also it's a very basic game where we literally need 4 keys at most, or 3 more keys with like the powers and everything, and then your mouse. I just found it very easy. It found to be very relatable as Riot put out more and more champions from different countries, the different genders, even have like robots, Spooky Man, Omen. So it's very relatable at one point, and the cosplay with it's very easy as well. I think that's one of the things also drives women a lot, and well, the female populations, they cosplay with any convention, everything. Cosplay is very easy to do for all those characters. But I also think one of the reasons why Valorant has grown a lot is because during the pandemic, a lot of the bigger Twitch streamers like Pokimane, Valkyrie, and everyone, they started playing Valorant. And with everyone staying at home during the pandemic and watching that, Riot did a very well job promoting Valorant as a game and backing up with League. So I think maybe why you have bigger female population. But also, I just find as well maybe the graphics that Valorant has are more colorful and more appealing to the eye. I'm not saying that every female is gonna feel liking that, but I just feel like maybe that's why one of the reasons why it's become more popular. It's a very good demographics. There's many maps you can choose from, and it's a game where it doesn't matter. Like Liz said, doesn't matter what range you're starting. You can be like your first game, you can be your last game. It's pretty easy for everyone to be doing well and to be having fun, even if you're not as good as you think you are.
That's
Yes.
fair. That's
Good
fair.
answer. Good
I do
answer.
have more to add on. So something that that wasn't covered, I think, was one it's a more accessible game. So as a Riot game, I know Vanguard has its problems, but you can typically run Valorant on a good majority of PCs compared to,
Yeah.
I would say, like Overwatch, for example. I might be wrong. I have a decent enough computer to play both of them, but I feel like Riot Games in general, one of the biggest things that they aim to do with their games is to have it accessible on like worse to low end PCs, while other PCs you could barely play like other games. Like I had trouble playing like The Sims 4, for example. Another thing is that there's also like I don't want to sound like the Joker here, but there's also society. You know, when once you know, like the moment you're born, you get as like you get pushed by outside factors of what a woman and a man should be. The man gets the blue car and the girl gets the Barbie, right? And it goes on as you progress, and like parents, like even if they are very like warm and caring, they typically would want to give, like, I don't know, their teenage guy a PS and give the girl, like, I don't know, a makeup set. And you know, obviously individuals are individuals and people will like their own stuff, but generalized, I feel like a lot of us grew up on these stereotypes. So like I had my parents, for example, telling me that a girl shouldn't be this, a girl shouldn't be that, and it's okay because your brother's a guy, you know? And you know, I have pretty traditional parents. So when it came to video games, they were less accepting of me playing video games. Overall, they were still accepting towards video games. Like they weren't the happiest, but it was also because I had decent grades, so they didn't really care.
Always the
But
grades.
yeah, it's the grades. So they didn't really care too much. But yeah, so when it came to Valorant, as Monty said, I would say like it's the aesthetic. Because like if you look at, like, I remember I was watching an Overwatch clip and I had no idea what was happening. But like in Valorant, you just shoot the head and they're dead.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
It's pretty simple, right? And obviously there's many deaths to Valorant, but the base like knowledge you need is very simple. So as someone who, you know, has never, like, I know a lot of my friends have never played a video game in their life, they would somewhat know what was happening in Valorant when they watched clips and when they saw gameplay videos. So when it came to like the concept, it was very easy to grasp, it was very accessible. And you know, as a girl who may not have had prior experiences in life due to society, you know, it's a very good intro game. Yeah, so overall that's what I think. And
Yeah.
I've had this conversation with some other guy friends, so that's why all these ideas came very easily. But yeah, like
I definitely think it's something we all kind of, or at least like as
yeah,
a woman, we think about a lot because we're like, what drew like it like drove us towards this game and what made us decide to play it kind of idea. But I liked your point about the whole like society thing, primarily because, and then like Monty's thing about the different agents and about them being, you know, different ethnicities and different genders, because I feel like that's also very influential, especially on younger girls who are starting to play video games, where it's like, in a way, the agents are almost like role models. I don't want to say role
Yeah.
models because they're like fictional things who are just there to click heads. But you know, if you look at like agents like Reina and Jet, and I mean just in general, all of like Sky's a great example. I love Sky as an agent, as a representation of a woman who, you know, is more muscular, and a lot of people I've seen call her more masculine, whether in a positive or negative light. But it's like, I think she's great because all of the women agents you see are very different in their own regard, whether it's due to their ethnicity or just the way they are, but they're not seen as any less than the male agents. Like all of the agents are on the same playing field. They're all strong, they're all capable. There's no like even in the voice lines between agents, there you see zero power dynamics that are based off of gender. And another great example is, you know, Brim and Sage. They're like the mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
they're on the same level of authority regardless of their gender. It's
Yeah.
just it doesn't matter. And so I think that's another great like it may not be as influential on older women who are going into playing the game, but again, like it could be a lot more influential on younger girls who are just getting introduced to video games.
I think
think
the
it's-
the demographic in general for video games is usually younger. I think it's
Mhm.
safe to
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
I think
Um,
definitely video games have a thing to do with women empowerment. Like, I know for my example, for my family, we focus a lot when we were growing up. Our mom taught us a lot about, even though you're a woman, you're able to strive more than what you think for in society, and you should let anyone else put you down. So I think that's one of the things that games need to strive for, and that's one thing that Riot really excels at. They put women in the screen like Reina, Sage, Jet, all of the women that are in as agents there, they're very powerful. They show a lot of women empowerment, and they show that no matter their gender, they can still do very big things. And even with the lore, we see their backstory, we see everything they've gone through, and we see how far they have come. I think that's a very good example for young girls who are playing those games, that being like, hey, maybe I can't do that in real life because obviously it's a game, but I can strive to be something more that society expects me to be, or I can be something even greater what I think I can do.
mhm.
yeah, I like the
Yeah.
girl to guy ratio when it came to agents, and also on Sky, I actually really do like her character design too. Like it might be like kind of like typical to have like a farm girl, right? But then like I like the addition of the scars on her arms. Like
Mhm.
you know like she's a farm girl. Of course she's gonna have scars on her arms, you know? Like she's
Mhm.
a hard working person. That makes so much sense for her character.
Mhm.
And yeah, like I definitely like Sky's like character design. Like I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of like um there's a lot of like restrictions when it comes to like designing female characters, because like all of them have to be flawless and like sexy and like, you know, that's like what it used to be like in
Yeah.
reality. It's what it used to be for a very long time, but now it like warms my heart to see like actual good character designs, not only in women but also in men. Like
Yeah.
I like seeing characters with dad bods. I don't have like a dad thing. Like I don't have daddy issues, okay? I want to say it right now. But it is nice to see
13 streams.
it is nice to see a male that doesn't have a six pack, okay?
Mhm.
And also still be the main character. I think that's cool.
Mhm.
I think we
Yeah.
should
Um,
focus a lot.
Hmm?
Oh, sorry, guys. Go
No,
ahead.
no,
Go
no.
ahead.
Everybody
I was
started talking at the same
I
time.
know.
I was gonna say that we should focus a lot not only like women empowerment, but also like male empowerment. You know, like we should
Yeah.
also focus on letting little boys be comfortable with who they are, being comfortable with letting out their feelings, everything. And that's something that video games will be able to have a good impact on them, because boys are more likely to pick up games from a very young age and they grow up with them. And if they're seeing these characters and these agents on the screen at all times, and maybe they can gain some confidence and some self-esteem from it. And you never know, maybe that will make society a bit better.
Yeah, I think overall, not to obviously I'm biased as the Valorant game head. But I don't know. I think Valorant is a great example of the direction video games are going. And again, just women agents, male agents, men agents, it's like the way their design is going. You know how I just thought of when Jess was talking about their design, where women in other games always, their armor wasn't necessarily armor.
Yeah. Boob
it's
armor.
A little questionable.
Are you kidding me? You don't need boob armor. Just give us armor
immediately. But yeah, you look at Valorant and all the women agents, they're in their outfits make sense. It's not unnecessarily showy. It makes sense for their character. As well as they have personalities just like the men agents. Another example, with Reina, obviously she's a great example where a lot of people consider her personality bitchy, but she's unapologetic about it. She's strong and she knows she's strong and she knows she could probably take any of the other agents on single-handedly and win, but that's not something she needs to apologize for. She's strong and she knows it, and sure, she's a bit aggressive about it, but there's nothing wrong with that. For so long, women had to apologize about being bossy or being overconfident, but she's a great example of it's okay to be that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I remember hearing about the League of Legends. They made a TV show for it, right?
Yeah. Big success.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah, because I never watched it or anything.
Okay, well, you should, but continue.
Oh, okay.
I haven't watched it either, but I keep
okay, but continue. You should watch it.
So
and also, speaking of League of Legends, I really in Riot in general, I feel like their character design recently has been a lot better. Recently, they came out with the Udyr teaser. The man has a dad bod. I'm so happy. Okay, and then with their new champion Renata, it's an old lady, but she's a boss. Okay, she's gonna dress like it, and she dresses like a boss, and she knows she's the villain. But I love the white streaks in her hair, the aging wrinkles. I love that so much, and I can't wait for Valorant to have an older female. I don't have mommy issues, so don't.
She doesn't have mommy issues. She doesn't have daddy issues. What issues
Yeah.
do you have?
Yeah, you only need to let us know.
No,
one of those got to be a lie. You can't not have.
Add Renata Glask into Valorant, please, Riot.
I'm assuming that's a League reference.
Yeah.
I like how Owen and I were just both
She's the
respectfully
older,
smile.
She's the older lady that I told you with the white streak.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh wait, that was her boy's name?
No, I just said her name. Her whole name is Renata Glask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just not smile.
Player. Just not a smile.
We love you, Jess.
Yeah,
we're
sorry. My bad. I just remembered that we are all linked by Valorant, so that would make more sense.
Unfortunately, I definitely wish we could speak more on the other, because for those listening, we do have competitive teams for many other games: Rocket League, R6,
Call of Duty.
Of course, but we have spoken on that briefly.
It's true.
Call of Duty.
People know now.
Do we have an Apex team?
We do.
I think so. Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
There's no way Super Skills doesn't get a set one up.
Make one.
Yeah, well, we could have an Apex team.
Yeah.
We represent a lot more games than the games we've been speaking about, specifically Valorant and League.
This just happened to be a Valorant friendly stream.
Valorant and League, just Riot in general.
Yeah. Moving on. So let's do a lightning round. Okay, let's start with Elizabeth, and then Scarlett, and then Owen, and we'll end with me. So Elizabeth, tell us a few facts about yourself and what we need to know as a whatever, a member, a guest, a player at U Ottawa Esports. What do we need to know about you?
Oh wow.
Fun facts.
Okay. Okay. I am a huge Pokemon nerd. That's
Bust out the Game Boy, pull it
Bust
up.
out- no, no,
Pull
no,
it
no,
out,
no.
pull it out.
I spoke about it earlier. Here it is. Wait, it still works. I swear to God.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Respectable.
Also my Pokemon cards are sitting right here, just so anybody knows. It's
Kind
important.
of why.
Yes, it's
I
very important.
play 3 instruments. I love reading books, actual books. Wow, imagine. Oh God, what else? I'm primarily a cozy gamer. I definitely mentioned that when I was speaking about how I got into games, but I play a lot more cozy games than I do competitive games. So if anybody's into like, niche games, I'm your person to come talk to. And I guess last thing, my favorite video game series of all time is the Dragon Age game series. And if nobody knows what that is, it's the Mass Effect, but make it olden times and dragons and fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Lightning round.
Thank you. All right, Scarlett, go. Or Monty, they would know you as Monty.
Yeah, we normally have Monty, but Scarlett's good too. That's my real name. Fun facts for myself. I am originally from Mexico, so I do have a lot of cultural backgrounds in my sleeve. I speak many languages. I speak 4 or 5 languages because I'm learning 2 of them currently: Spanish, English, French, Italian, and Japanese. Learning a bit of Mandarin too. So I spend a lot of time researching about other cultures, religions, and everything because I want to make everyone feel welcome in the server. So if any of you guys are joining in the future and want to hit up in DMs and want to play games together, I'm more than happy to. I know Jess has a good server for one of us to play together. And my favorite game right now is League of Legends. I'm hoping to strive to that diamond rank. It might take
got
me a few
that.
years at
You
this
can do
point,
it.
No,
but
no,
we'll
no,
see.
no, no.
You can do it.
You got this.
Another fun fact, I don't know. I work at CHEO, so this is a CHEO Stream Foundation, and we're being sponsored by CHEO, and I also work there. So if you ever see me there, say hi.
We did mention that this stream, right? That this is what this is for.
Oh yeah.
At the
In
beginning,
case we
right?
didn't
Okay.
mention, this is for
CHEO stream.
So money.
Yeah.
Stream. Yeah.
100% of our donations will be going to the CHEO Foundation, which is in the future to help medical innovation and all families at CHEO and children, because throughout the pandemic, we all know how COVID-19 has affected a lot of hospitals. And CHEO has been one that's affected like many hospitals in the local area. And they, it's good to help others, good to give back to the community. And why not help the young lives and the young minds of tomorrow? Owen, your
Yay.
turn.
Let's
My
go,
turn.
Owen.
I feel like I need to acknowledge the fact that my mom literally just walked in behind me.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm
It's-
from
it's all
Quebec,
right.
and I'm back home
Come
right now
on.
in my parents' house. Yeah. So they are making dinner downstairs, grilling over a stove. But yes, I'm from Quebec, so I also speak French. I don't speak the other 3 because that's way too impressive. And I also play a bunch of other games that really aren't in the purview of Call of Duty, like a lot of shooters, granted, but like I also like the comfy games. Stardew Valley and Minecraft are good ones. The easy ones to play at 2 in the morning when you're not trying to do anything else. Not a big fan of reading. Sorry, I'm just trying to relate back to what you guys were saying. Like, I feel like this is when we were like yeah, sorry for the drive-by. You ever been in like one of those classes where they're like, tell us a fun fact about yourself in front of the whole class?
That's exactly what I
This is how I
Yeah,
feel
it's
right
like-
now. It's so
Put you in
brutal.
the awkward position to think of it. You're like, what's a
Literally.
fun fact about me?
And then you just go off like what other people said before you. It's like,
Yeah,
this,
Pretty
that.
much.
Anyway, so yes, I'm loving being the Call of Duty game head, and I can't wait for this season because we have some good players
Woo.
this time.
Yay, let's go.
We're looking forward to it.
Expect the first place.
Oh, I know other schools also have good players, so I won't go there just yet.
Nah, we got the better players.
No, we got the
I
better
will love
players.
your
Got
the
the
comment.
better players.
All right.
Honestly,
all right.
our school is pretty good, even though we don't really receive a lot of funding from.
Everybody just likes playing for you, Ottawa. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is.
We're just a
a
bunch
great
of-
community, amazing
Mhm.
community.
The hub for Canadian esports, I guess at this point.
It really is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Really
fair, it's
is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jess,
Hey,
that's me.
Jessica.
Jess.
Okay.
Lightning round, go.
Okay. I will be managing for the league grade team. I will make sure that we will have a really fun time, and I will enjoy having such a great team again. I know a lot of my older players are coming back, so that's great. Overall, I'm looking forward to being VP social and working things out with every game head and all the execs too. But games that I like to play, I really like Phasmophobia. There's something about like your heart beating while there's like a ghost hunting you, and then you just hear like your friend scream in the background at 2 a.m. It's so funny. It's so
No.
good.
Do you
I
play
love
with
I
play with the
love
in-game game chat?
multiplayer. I love multiplayer games. I love competitive games. I like League. I like Valorant. I'm not quite good at Apex. I do like more chill games, but I tend to go for the more competitive games when I don't have a lot of time, which
He's an
is
adrenaline
all the
junkie.
time. Yeah, I do like games that get my heart pumping, but I do have a creative outlet, which would be VP Social. So that's honestly, after getting VP Social, I haven't been playing a lot of Sims 4. So, or Minecraft actually. Like I didn't really have the urge to, because like my creative outlet
tell our
was
Minecraft game head
making
to open the
posters.
server.
Yeah, where is that server, by the way? I've been waiting for it.
It
I don't
exists.
know.
Is it up?
Isn't it?
Coming.
I
It's
think-
Oh,
coming.
it's coming. It's
No,
coming.
It's coming.
Server is
It is
coming.
being
Minecraft
built
server
right now.
coming.
They were doing
Let's
the icon the
go.
other day. I
Minecraft
missed
server
that.
is coming.
Plate got us.
Yeah.
Plate got it down.
Yeah. Another chill game I like to play is Deep Rock Galactic. It's a very fun game where you just like mine and shoot monsters, and it's really fun to play even when you're brain dead. And you can get drunk in that game. So it's really fun to go into games
Priorities.
and your dwarf is
We
like
don't
dizzy.
encourage drinking in this. Just
We don't
just
encourage
light
drinking.
drinking. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
encourage
yeah.
drinking.
No
Not at
drinking.
all.
No drinking. No drinking. Well,
Only apple juice.
Well, actually,
Only water.
Competitive behavior guidelines for any of our players is drinking in moderation is okay, just not like as long as you're not intoxicated or you don't go over like a certain line.
Is there a 0.08 limit for
No,
playing
like there's
competitive games?
I don't think
We
so.
will breathalyze you. Be afraid. No.
That's a good place to end it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink
Thank
in
you.
Moderation, kids.
Thank you,
Not eat hard.
everyone, for coming to our
Our little
podcast.
podcast hour.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Owen. Thank you, Scarlett. Thank you, Jessica.
Yes, thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Jessica.
Okay, I don't like that. Okay, anyways.
And also, I feel since this is going to be airing during a 30-hour stream, I feel like we got to mention thank you for coming to the stream.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, viewers.
Thank you, everybody who showed up. If you've donated,
thank you all the other
extra thank
execs
you,
who have run events so far and who will run events.
Just thank you to everybody.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everybody.
thank you to everyone.
Fantastic.
Well,
we will see you next time on our next podcast. Which
look
was
out for the official Ottawa Esports podcast, which may or may not be coming soon.
Who is doing that? Do you guys know? Like, I don't know
think it
who's
may
in charge.
be 4 of us.
I think Keb was really interested in starting it. I may be wrong, but I could have sworn it was Keb.
I think it was
it'd be a lot
our
of fun.
lovely co-president Drub that wanted to start it and then left it to us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to run a podcast for.
Yeah, honestly, I
Me.
think it, like if every week we had like a new subject, it'd be
Yeah.
less than 1 minute, by the way, on our
Yeah, that's okay.
But I think we said
don't have
everything we
anything.
really need for a goodbye.
I think
Yeah.
so. So
We'll just need to find a point to cut
Cut
it
out
off.
that part.
bye everybody.
Bye.
Everybody wave. Bye.
Wait. Do you guys want to play Valorant?